Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JD, and welcome back to another story time. So let me hit you with a little prefix. Okay, so I feel like my story times are starting to get a little bit unbelievable, or like I don't know. Some of the story titles I have, they seem a little like, man, you made that up. I swear, every single thing that I mention is like legit. Okay, I just wanted to say that because I feel like I talked about two celebrities in like back-to-back story times. Okay, so this one is about Beyonce. For real, this one's about Beyonce. Okay, before she became the super diva she is now. All right, so let's just say this story starts with me and my dad, right? We went to Las Vegas back when I was like 15 years old, and it was a long time ago. It was for this thing called the Magic Show. It's a real thing. It's not about magic at all. It's about clothing. It's a clothing convention. Actually, it's the clothing convention. I mean, I believe it still goes on. I believe that they still run it every year somewhere in Vegas. But it's a clothing convention where all the big clothing line names get together and they have booths. Think of like the E3 of fashion shows. All right, so it's basically a bunch of different booths set up, clothing lines and all this stuff, trying to, like, you know, promote their clothes and hopefully get, you know, new people to, well, probably to get investors to want to, like, you know, put stock options into it, and also get the fans to want to wear it. So let me get a boy. Oh, I missed him. Sorry, I am actually doing this live. I usually don't do story times live, but I was in a rush today, so I thought I'd get it done, and I spoiled that surprise. But so with that being said, all right, we went to this magic show, right? It was fun. My dad, being the comedian he is and whatnot, he, you know, was just invited by a friend of his who, like, worked with him on some comedy stuff. And when we were up there, it was like me and my dad in Vegas, staying at the Aladdin Hotel, hanging out. I'm 15, mind you. My dad's like in his shit. I don't know how old my dad was. He was probably, when I was 15, 40 something, maybe 50. No, he's got to be older than 40. Yeah. Oh God. Maybe banking 6. I don't know. My dad is old. All right, but basically, we went to the magic show, right? We went to like a few little like things. Like, we went to the show floor, and on the show floor, there's a bunch of like rappers who are trying to get their clothing line out, right? And they would hook us up with free clothes. So back when I was a young kid, one of the like super like legit like, oh, that was nice. Some of the like super legit clothing lines that were out when I was a kid were like Echo Untitled, South Pole, Iceberg, Rockaware or Ruwear, is that you said? Yeah, I think it was Rockaware. Snoop Dogg's clothing line, Outkast had a clothing line, Wu-Tang had a clothing line. And, you know, I was one of them like dumb kids who was like growing up saying to myself, man, yo, this big ass jacket that I can't fit and these pants that are size 40 when my waist is size 28 are so dope. I want to wear this shit. And, like, you know, just dumb high school kid shit from like the 90s to the 2000s. Nowadays, kids actually have like more common sense when it comes to style. So it's not as easy to like be dressed and look so like awkward and cringy as a kid. I mean, it still is if you have like the wrong parents dressing you or whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, so they would hook us up with like free clothes, free sample clothes. They'd like be like, yo, take my card, we'll send you some clothes, pops and whatever, and your son can rock it, and, you know, rock it to school, tell his friends where he got it. It was cool, right? You know, that was a cool perk or whatever, being a kid whose dad was doing things. Yeah, whatever, who the fucks, who cares? Okay, but there was another aspect to this whole weekend. Okay, so there were parties at this whole like this whatever you call it, this what's this shit called, the magic show. All right, and before the party, let me get to this. All right, before the parties, let me get to this. I think this is the second, I guess. Well, you're kind of getting a double story. Damn, did I kill Finn? Okay, this is you're kind of getting a double story real quick. Okay, this is also like the story of like how Beyonce curved me, and the story of how I met Jay-Z for the first time, and then I think met him for the second time. Okay, so here's a weird little mini story. All right, so I met Jay-Z when I was 11 or 12 years old with Paul on the set of that super popular song it's called Give It To Me. The one that goes, give me that funk, that stuff, that ain't that nasty stuff. You know that, give it to me, Zip Zero sends you with De Niro, might buy you Chris, but that about it. Okay, if you guys go back and I died. If you guys go back and watch that video, right, you can get to the end of the video, and if you pause it like right towards the end of the video, right when Jay-Z is leaving with that girl and he's walking, because my dad was in the music video, that's why I met him. By the way, if you're too young to know the music video, then whatever, Google it. It's called Give It To Me. It's a really popular song. The Neptunes were on it, or Pharrell was on it. It's a legit classic. It's always, you probably will hear it at parties for the next like 10 years of your life. But yes, so in that music video, we were there. We didn't want to, me and my boy, Paul, you guys know Paul, he's my best friend. We went to the same school together, and we didn't plan on even going to this like random ass music video shoot. But my dad was like, where y'all at after school one day? He was like, where y'all at? Y'all at school? I'm gonna have a driver pick you up and drop you off here. Cause we were going to school up the street from where they were shooting it, right? And we get there, we get on the set, and it's random as shit. There's a bunch of like not old women, but older women. We are prepubescent like teens, and these women are like 26, 27, like hot young things or whatever. But God, block that, dog. These women were cool. Jay-Z was cool, man. He met us. He's like, yo, nice to meet you, for real. It's all good. Like, this is pre-Beyonce Jay-Z. This is like Jay and Dame Dash. This is when the Dame Dash dance was created. That's the music video. But, all right, so that's a little side story. So we met Jay-Z, whatever. We're in that music video. If you guys Google the video on YouTube, or if you YouTube the video, look it up and watch it and look for the end. You'll see Paul's face. You won't really see me. You might see my hand in the background behind them, but you won't see me on the left side of the screen. All right, so story done. All right, now we're back to the magic show, which is that legit ass clothing line thing, right? All right, the clothing line thing, I met Jay-Z a second time because his Rockaware thing was there, and my dad was like, and this is like 4 years later. So I'm 15, I was 11 before. And my dad's like, oh, what up, player? Jay-Z, yeah, boy, what's up? And he's like, yo, what's up, pops? It's been a long time, dog. It's all good though. And this is like Jay-Z, like right at the brink of like the Crazy in Love video, I think, or right before it, with him and Beyonce getting together, like starting their little like off and on relationship. And we met, it was cool, it was tight, whatever. But we went to that the whole thing about like conventions like that, or even when a bunch of people get together, there's always parties. Now, mind you, I think I might have been 16 actually. I feel like I was 16, maybe 15, I don't know. But mind you, this is a party, this is an event where there's parties every night. So me and my dad went to a few parties that were inside our hotel, which or whatever. I'm obviously underage, so I can't like drink and whatnot, which you shouldn't. Don't drink underage, kids, not good for you. And I wasn't even supposed to be in certain clubs, but certain club people will be like, man, I mean, he can come in, but he's got to stay with you, pops, in the VIP. Yeah, boy, blah, blah, blah. And my dad wouldn't even like try to, ask people to get me in. That's not like the thing he wanted. He would tell me to go back to the hotel room. I'd be like, Dad, nah, man, I'm young. And these girls, man, I gotta get to know these girls. So basically, we won. Basically, we went to a few parties, and one night, all right, here's what I'm trying to get to. One night at the, what the fuck? I didn't even know that was my face. One night at the Palms Hotel. Yeah, what is it? Shit. Okay. One night at the Palms Hotel, we there was a party that I think DJ Who Kid, you know who that is, guys? It's NYC DJ, kind of, I think he used to DJ for G Unit. I think he was part of G Unit. He was having a party at the Palms, and I remember we got an invite to go, but it was one of those things where we were invited, but at the same time, I'm not old enough to get in regardless. So our hotel wasn't that far from it, so we walked over to it and hung out. And we sat back, and my dad's trying to get us into this party that's on like the top floor of the Palms Hotel. And this is like the Palms Hotel before it was like super poppin' and cool, and I don't know, fucking pools in people's bedrooms and shit. And you know, I was just sitting back like, Dad, you gotta try. You gotta try to get me in this party, man. I gotta see these people. I gotta get it popping with my people. And he was like, Jack David, man, we not gonna get in, man. It's not gonna happen. All right, yeah, boy. So we basically tried to get into the party, but we didn't make it in. Then we started heading out because we were gonna go back to our hotel. And when we were gonna head back to our hotel, on the way out of the hotel, there was a crowd of people, and we see a crowd of people around. Some people, we didn't think much of it, but then we look over, and the people that were being crowded were who's shooting me? The people who were being crowded were Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? And they finally got outside to valet, and then you know we missed the crowd of people. The crowd of people were gone, but Jay-Z and Beyonce were still outside waiting on their car, and I was just walking with my dad. I thought it was like painstakingly obvious that I was with him. And I've already told like a mini version of the story on a Twitch stream way back in the day, like last year, but this is a more in-depth story for you. We're basically leaving, and this is the third time we're seeing Jay-Z, or well, third time in life, but like second time this weekend. Or this week because of the convention. And my dad's like, you know, on the way out, we're walking out, and we see Jay-Z broad as day. And my dad's like, Jay-Z, what up, player? I see you out here with them honeys. Yeah, boy. And like, you know, he's like, oh, Pops, nah, it's all good, dog. You know, we just chilling one time for the city. Yep. And like in the cut behind Jay-Z, well, to his side, there was a big bodyguard, right? There was like a big bodyguard right behind him, and right next to him was Beyonce Knowles, aka Bay, aka Formation, aka Red Lobster, aka Shrimp and Grits, whatever the hell they're calling her nowadays, you know, aka, you know, dropping albums and Lemonade, you know. This Beyonce was there, and my dad saw her and was like, oh, Beyonce, you know, he was like, oh, hey, cutie pie, and gave her a handshake, right? You know, he said what's up to Jay-Z, and like, mind you, I said what's up to Jay-Z too. It was like, yo, what's up? It was like, what's up, Pops? What's up, Pops, his son? What's up, JD? You know, and my dad's like, oh, what's up, you know, Blair? And then he goes to say hi to Beyonce. And nothing happens. It's all normal. He's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, pretty girl? Yeah, boy. He's doing his thing, you know, being jokingly. And it was one of those awkward moments where, I mean, I was right next to him. He said hello. I didn't make a huge thing of it. But then as soon as he was done saying hello, she looked at me, I looked at her, and I was, you know, gonna shake her hand and say, oh, hi, nice to meet you, like a normal fucking person would. But before I could even lay my hand within a foot of her, like her presence, the bodyguard slams down on my arm, and awkward as fuck. Like he was like, hey, back. He was like, hey man, hey, back up, player. And I was like, what the fuck, dog? And he legit, I don't even remember if he said anything, but he legit like slapped my like like a bitch too. He slapped my hand or knocked it down. Like, let's say me and you guys, the audience, we're about to shake hands. Somebody comes between our handshake and stops it, like by slapping my hand down or smacking my hand down. That's exactly what he did. He looked at me. Beyonce looked at me all awkwardly, like, I guess you're not allowed to say hi to me. And then that was it. It was over. I just looked at the fucking, like, I looked at the security guard like, what the fuck? And he looked at me like, don't nobody, and I mean nobody, touch Miss Beyonce. And I was like, but my dad just said hello. And it was like, you ain't your daddy, boy. Like that. That's the vibe I got from that dude. It was the weirdest fucking moment / most embarrassing shit I probably have ever gone through. And after that, Me and my dad just looked at each other, and I was like, what the fuck, man? He's like, hey, man. Hey, bro. My dad just looked at me like, hey, player. That's Beyonce. You don't touch Beyonce. I was like, dude, what? And then, like, we looked at Jay-Z. We said goodbye to Jay-Z. We gave Jay-Z another handshake. So it must have been Beyonce's bodyguard. Maybe. Yeah, it must have been her bodyguard very specifically, which is still stupid because she's like I shook. All right, I sound like I'm taking this personally, but it's just stupid to me because like she shook my dad's hand. She was like reaching out to give me a handshake, and then the bodyguard was like, "Hey, fuck that Beyonce. You don't know what he got. He might have anthrax. Fuck all that." And I was just like, "What the fuck happened, dude?" And that was it. We looked at Beyonce. My dad, I think, even shook her hand and hugged her and said goodbye. And then I just stood there awkwardly and uncomfortably. And then we both said goodbye to Jay-Z and dapped him up. And then after that, that was it. Like Hove was like, yo, sorry about my man sunning you, dog. All right, y'all. Yo, have a nice weekend, no? You know, it's great seeing you, Pops. Yeah, boy. Good seeing you too, Jay-Z. I'm a hustler, baby. Yeah, boy. You know. And then Beyonce was just like, oh, you know, Beyonce, nice to meet you. Oh, and all this shit, you know, like, and that was it, dude. And then me and my dad walk away after saying goodbye, and my dad starts cracking jokes on me. He's like, damn, JD. He was like, damn, JD, what the fuck was that about? He was like, what was that? I was like, bro, what just happened? I didn't say bro, but I was like, dude, what just happened? He was like, yeah, I guess you ain't allowed to touch pretty little Beyonce. I was like, dude, why didn't you speak up or nothing? He's like, no. What you want me to get between all that? No. Oh no, sorry, no Bobcat. I ain't gonna do that, no, brother. So it was the weirdest shit ever, man. I mean, she didn't genuinely deny me. It was more like her security guard denied me. And then after being denied, she kind of looked at me like, yeah, I guess I shouldn't be shaking your hand, bro. I don't know where you've been. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was just a kid, too. It was traumatizing, man. Come on now. Luckily, I didn't like have some sort of crazy crush on her and go crazy when it happened. I mean, you know, I really didn't think shit about Beyonce. I mean, Destiny's Child is cool, but that's it. All right, y'all. Well, that's my story. Sorry for the rambling. I feel like I ramble a little too much in these, but you know, I get my point across. So thank you for watching. My apologies for playing video games while doing it. I just did want to make this video, but I just didn't want to have to record the footage and then go back and talk all the way over it. So yeah. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you guys though. If you enjoyed this story, man, hit that like button. Hit that like button for Jay-Z's, excuse me, hit that like button for JD's pain, not Jay-Z's happiness, okay? Oh man, hit that like button for Beyonce. Hit that like button for getting exposed. Share, links will be in the description below. Merch and all that stuff. Podcast, try to keep it weekly. And subscribe, yo. If you're new here and you like these stories, thank you. If you want to hear some more, I'll try to make these as frequent as possible. And next one, I'll try to make it a little more down to earth and less Hollywood. I mean, even though these are funny stories, but I'll talk more about my life. This is my life, but I'll talk about more about like personal shit, you know, and not just like me getting denied by Beyonce, which is honestly a really funny story. I personally think, you know, because telling that to people think that shit's hilarious. All right, I'll catch you guys later. You guys have been great. Have a nice day, and I'll see you later. I'll talk to you. Peace.